So I got to go ahead to do that then.
So you're gonna sing on your intro? Is that what's gonna happen?
Oh, we're already introing, bro.
We're already
well,
We
intro.
done the intro already.
fucking
This is it.
save it for next time.
Guys, it's boys' night tonight.
Yeah.
Has it been
Like,
that
No
long?
girls
The
allowed.
boys.
The
I've been staying.
He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Fuck girls. That's all I
Yeah.
do is fuck girls.
I've been facing sunsets. And one of life's simple joys is playing with the boys. Ow!
Brad really is wanting to sing right now.
Well, I mean, you guys notice anything new, huh? Maybe even the audio listeners. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I can't tell. What are you talking about?
Oh, I put wax in my mustache. That's it.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
notice. I did
That's
notice
it.
it looked a little bit more springy.
It's in full walrus mode. I don't know how to fix it anymore. Instead of coming out like the traditional, instead I'm like the hook brings you back. I ain't telling you no lie.
Is that what you say? You say that to the ladies?
I just make it up as I go.
Yeah.
Just
It's not
makes
what
it
you
rain.
say; it's how you say it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
These are lessons, guys. Listen to Brad.
Somebody write that down.
Have you started doing like a YouTube channel on how to groom your mustache yet?
No, I need to actually look at one and then just copy it.
Yeah.
You will get so many gay guys on your videos.
Great,
And then-
that's what I need.
Yeah.
So,
and
like-
then when you finish, you gotta put the shades on.
Clean up the mess.
Yeah,
Where are
yeah.
my?
Gay
Oh,
Gay
they're
guys
here.
watch ads too, man.
No, it's one of the things I noticed. Like when I started shaving my head close, like actually with a razor,
Mhm.
and I was really nervous about fucking it up and cutting my head up, and was like also nervous about what's my ugly ass head gonna look like with
Yeah.
completely no hair at all.
Right.
I got on YouTube. I'm like, how to shave your head, and I think I might have talked about this before, but I stumbled upon a very popular fetish among our gay brethren called beard and smoke,
Mhm.
and this is
What?
What?
Beard
Sounds
and
like a
smoke.
crafty
This
vape
is,
shop name.
this is yeah, or like an old like a cover band for like
We make our vapes from whiskey barrels.
yeah. Cover band for some old 80s rock band. I don't know, but anyway, it was like it was bald bearded dudes that would just like sometimes they would be bare chested and they would oil up and they would like lean back in like lawn chairs and then just like light up a cigarette. And they would they would just sit and smoke, sometimes a cigar.
I hope that's live streamed.
What a time to be alive.
You want to know that you're like sitting right there with them with like a 20-second delay.
That's a good idea. Like maybe I could get in on that game.
Yeah, man. Remember like back in what was it, like early 2000s when like the thing to do was there was like .com guy or something. There was a few.
I watched a lot of that.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it. Yeah, like they have the webcam set up in their house. Like it started out, I think it was just a normal webcam on top of a computer, but then yeah,
It was a challenge. He was going to stream him living in his house and not leaving his house and having everything delivered to him. That's why it was called .com guy.
yeah.
Oh, that old dude.
And you know that was during dial-up modem days.
Yeah.
So you would watch these live feeds over dial-up.
You're talking
modem
about
and
240p at best, right?
I mean, it was his house with a bunch of certain rooms, and he would talk on it. It was streaming. It was probably one of the very first things that was ever, I would say, it has to be in the top 20 of the first things ever really streamed.
Yeah.
You
Because that
remember
was the
how
90s.
yeah, like back, let's say early 2000s, somewhere in there, it was this thing. It was like, this woman has cameras all around her house, and you see her 24/7 while she lives her life. This is the future.
I remember that. And
This is
she
what
we'll
didn't
all
do
be doing.
Jack shit.
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
like
self-imposed Big Brother.
she's eating cereal, and it was
Yeah.
like everybody was saying, in the future, everybody's going to be filming everything they do, and it's going to be all over your houses. Everybody's so into it. And it's like
No.
nobody fucking wants to see that shit.
Yeah, because if
Nobody-
everybody's filming, then who's watching?
but even even the most interesting YouTuber now, they edit the shit out of their videos.
Yeah. Well,
know,
you
it's
do
like-
have those IRL streamers, the in real life streamers that they just
that's big.
walk around with their phones and like. Well, I think we already talked about
But
that.
are they
Dude.
still editing it together? I mean, they cut out they're not streaming 24/7.
No, not 24. I mean, but you know, maybe not when they're sleeping, but
filming stuff.
it's
Yeah.
still like,
No, their stream is. It's just them being them in an everyday life setting at a party or whatever. But it's it's live or playing a game.
and it's annoying to everyone around them.
Yeah, or some of them are just reading poetry. One of them I saw was just playing it was in the IRL channel, but I thought it should have been like in the music channel. But I mean, she was just playing a piano, man. Some chick just playing a piano, and she was talking to chat.
Yeah.
They were blowing it up.
She have her tits out.
She had
No,
to.
not really.
I think that
Not
was
really
back
at
in the
all. She was
day.
just sitting there playing a piano, and it was like, I thought, what a cool way this could be if you were like, she was like the cyber lounge singer.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Yeah,
lounge
yeah, I like
piano
that.
player at
I like
the
that.
piano bar.
yeah.
That's
Did
how
she-
I thought about it.
Did she sing too? Did she have that
Yeah.
silky voice? Yeah.
I don't remember that.
One of my new favorites I just discovered yesterday is this girl, Sweet Anita, who she does gaming streams, but she has Tourette's, like really bad Tourette's.
Mhm.
That is
Just like-
awesome.
She's just like twitching and making popping noises and whistling, and then just saying like "fuck my ass" with a fit. Like she just says the nastiest shit.
Is it like perfectly timed when she messes up on stuff?
No, I mean it's just
Okay.
I mean it's for real. It's
It's all over the
completely
place.
yeah, yeah. It's really funny though, but you can tell she's a really nice person. But she just says the nastiest shit. So that's pretty awesome. So back by popular demand, I always get emails. Nathan, what are you gonna do another beverage taste test? So
Rooster
last
Dick.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
my
do you
god!
remember
Cock
my
dick.
Thanksgiving story about Scott's mom's boyfriend, the guy that was afraid of anybody that was too short.
Uh-huh.
This
Too
is
short, like the rapper.
somebody in his family. This is their wine. It's a elderberry wine. I just opened this. I haven't tried it yet.
Elderberry.
He made the labels. So the bottle that was open that I do not have was a picture of a fat lady laying on the beach, and you could see right up her ass crack. And apparently that was his ex-wife.
Oh.
What?
So the guy we were talking about. He made all these labels. So this is a Rooster Dick Red elderberry wine. It says right here, warning: the consumption of alcohol may create the illusion that you are tougher, smarter, faster, and better looking than others.
That
So
that looks like the Mad Dog of wine.
it might be. It might be.
Not
I
dog
mean-
technically wine.
I got
it?
straight to Holy
No,
Grail.
Mad Dog is not wine. Mad,
it's garbage.
Mad Dog is just a sugary alcoholic malt liquor kind of thing there.
That rooster on there looks familiar.
Yeah, looks like a buff.
I'm sure he stole it from
What's he call it?
It's the dude. I say. Listen
You
here,
know what?
boy.
He's
Foghorn
actually
Leghorn.
Yes.
he's holding the bottle that he's on though.
Oh man, so it's like
Yeah, if you could infinitely look into the
Inception,
bottle.
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Drunk Inception.
So
What a-
deep.
So
What
this
a paradox.
it smells like grape jelly. Yeah.
It tastes like garbage.
Grape
really good.
jelly?
Yeah.
That's what you want your wine to smell like? Grape
well, it's
jelly?
a berry wine. It's not a grape wine, so it's
Oh.
going to be different.
Elderberry.
Your mother smells of elderberry.
See, that's where my mind goes every time I
Yeah.
hear the word elderberry.
Yeah. They should make a snozberry wine.
Hold on, I got to take another sip of this.
Well, go on and take your sip. I'm trying to get promotion. You know what I mean?
Get
I
promotion.
actually think this is not bad.
Yeah.
It's a pretty mild taste. It's not like it doesn't hit really hard as far as the kind. It doesn't have the tannins like a red wine typically
like
has.
the thing.
Yeah, but
the
it's
thing that
not.
makes me always want to go. Ugh. It's not like a gag thing. It's a. Ugh.
That's the lack of your sophistication, Steve.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that face you're making is awesome. It's awesome.
Ugh.
But but it's also not too sweet. Like if you get like a muscadine wine, if you get it's just always too sweet for me. This is somewhere between there. This is pretty good actually. I like this. I got 2 bottles of it. This one, if I can reach it. My shoulder's all fucked up, so I can't reach my arm out very far. Okay, this is okay. So it's a Thirsty Monkey One company.
Is this the same people?
Yeah, it's the same people.
Okay.
This one's called it's got a monkey on it, but it's called Sweet Beaver.
Oh,
How misleading.
Bottled December 22nd, 2012.
Ooh,
good year.
Yeah, good year. A lot of 2s.
that was the last year of the world.
Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
true.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the day too?
Bottled.
No,
That's
it was
true.
like December 21st, 2012.
That's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
It's close enough though
Yeah.
to say that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
It's true.
That's
They-
true.
Those ladies still putting out videos every other day.
High quality content.
I haven't
man.
watched one in a while, but
I might watch them if they had an IRL stream. If they were just going constantly, I might watch that.
Yeah, just
watch
banging
them,
out
like-
those soul tendrils.
Yeah, just watch
Yeah.
them like shopping at the grocery
Yeah.
store.
I'd like
and
to
shit.
know how they start their day.
Yeah, how they interact with other people.
Yeah.
How many
Go-
shake weights they own?
yeah, goes into the. She's in the supermarket, goes to get something off the top shelf, and then just can't stop.
It's just like, oh, you know what? While I'm in this position, I need to start doing this right now.
How many boxes of cereal do we need?
They,
I
they,
don't
they-
know, but I just feel like I need to do
they go
this.
shopping with a backpack, and they just grab things and just throw them in the backpack.
And then security
Right.
guard tackles them.
Like, no,
It's
I
like
was
the-
gonna pay. This is just my storage.
It's my shopping quiver.
Boys' night. Boys' night.
That's true.
It's true. It's true.
Patrick, how's it going, man?
Oh, great, man.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah,
It snowed yesterday. That was cool.
yeah, it did. I was out there in it.
Yeah, me too.
Dave, you could take a lesson from Patrick, man. That's a backdrop that you can live by right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it looks
that.
so realistic.
it is.
And rustic and
Always-
realistic.
That's right.
There's so many things. to look at.
Realistic.
So many things going back here.
It's a stacking challenge
Yeah.
backdrop.
Yeah, what's funny is those are actually shelves behind me, and it looks like it's a giant stack of stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't worry
So
about
there-
his stuff. The stuff's not
Yeah.
getting crushed underneath there, y'all.
Yeah.
I know y'all were
Yeah.
concerned.
Thanks for the concern,
Yes.
listeners and viewers.
Yeah.
Is them fishing poles back yonder?
Yeah, I got some fishing poles. I got some furniture back here. I even got a hammock.
Your
in here.
stuff. A lot of this, your stuff, you've thrown into this room.
No.
Oh,
Most
no.
of this is other people's stuff.
Okay.
Only thing I got in here is like
A shoebox and a pillow.
my amp. I got an amp in here. and
What kind of amp you got over there?
It's a Fender.
Ooh.
It's a newer one. They're like super light.
Fender Frontman?
It's not called that. It's called something else. They're these new models, but it's bass amp.
Oh, basically.
Yeah, but they're super light though.
Frontman,
easy.
that's kind of a joke. Just in case anyone hears it and they're like, what the Frontman? What the fuck are you talking about a Frontman? It's like a practice amp that's like this big.
Oh
first
no,
act.
it's bigger than that. But yeah, they sound nice.
Fender Pro Sonic, baby.
Mm.
For guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve-O, how's it going?
Oh man, I'm great, man. It's been a week so far, but I'll
You've
get
been
in.
busy in your in the rocket world.
Rocket World's been busy
Yeah.
this week, man. I wasn't expecting it, but it was busy. But we can get into that later.
Okay. Hey, Dave.
Hey, man.
You know, when you first came on, you didn't have your headphones on. I told Steve-O, is that Grumpy Dave? Grumpy Dave on?
I don't think
No.
we got Grumpy Dave.
I don't think we did.
I think we got
That
Oh,
was
Grumpy
no.
just
Dave.
That was
I'm-
just his thinking. He was just looking at some
It's just
face.
resting grump face.
Yeah.
I'm
Resting
pretty
grunt
happy.
face.
I've been playing a ton of Destiny. Yeah, I know you guys hardly ever hear that, but I'm playing even more than normal now.
Listen,
We've got
Dave,
a
if it
perfect
makes-
view of your nose hair, Dave.
Yeah.
It is just
Oh man,
astonishing.
that's sweet.
if
Get
it
all-
makes Dave happy, if it makes Dave happy, then I'm happy that you're playing Destiny.
It is.
Yeah.
It
That's
is.
all.
It's free to play now, Brad. By the way.
Oh, is it? That's
Mhm.
Free to play.
Well,
Like you can download the
wasn't
game
it-
for free.
wasn't it always free to play though? You just had to pay for Xbox Live or whatever.
No, It's
So-
officially Destiny 2 is free to play.
Oh,
You're
you mean I
saying
don't have
free
to
to
pay
play.
to download it?
Yeah,
I
I,
don't-
actually
don't have
got
to pay
Todd to
for a
play
copy.
Destiny
Oh.
Iron Banner a
So-
couple Iron Banners ago.
So the game is free now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, on Xbox. Yep.
Or is it you don't need Xbox Live?
No, I think it's free on Steam too.
Why?
That usually means it's not
Trying
doing
to bring-
well.
Well,
Or
it's
No,
been
it's
around
actually
a
doing
while.
quite well. It's
They're trying
a
to-
different pay model, man.
Yeah, they're trying
they
to
left
let
that
Fortnite's
microtransaction
doing.
your ass.
Yeah,
Activision didn't want them to do it, and
Yeah,
I
Destiny
mean,
2. Destiny 2 has been out a while now. If a company releases a game and then within a month they go free to play, you know they have an issue. But yeah,
yeah, they'll
Destiny
have some
2.
DLC content, but mostly you're paying for seasons now. The way a lot of games are going,
Yeah.
so that you're always getting new content and always getting new challenges, and all the Crucible stuff is free. So, I mean, I actually got Todd to download the game on Xbox Live, and we played. I mean, it was only a weekend or two, but and then he was off to Atlas again.
I was thinking about something, and well, this is some behind the scenes workings, and just in my mind, and God knows I already have enough irons in the fire, as they say. But I've thought about doing a straight video game podcast. I've thought about that. Yeah, I have briefly considered it.
I could be on there and talk about Rocket League.
That is the thing.
That's all
That
I
is
have
the
time
thing.
for anymore, man.
You gotta have dorks like me that have enough time on their hands to be playing new games all
Like-
the time. And
you want to do just all new games that come out, or some retro ones?
there's got to be a mix, but you definitely need to be talking about the newer games. That's what
Yeah.
people want to be hearing about.
Yeah.
There's one where they play like the weirdest, oddest games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
I mean, I couldn't afford to keep up with that. I mean, I could do something like Game Pass,
Yeah,
where you get a lot of games for a really low price, but who knows what content will be on there. So
Who's that guy you
I don't
like
know how
to
much I'd
watch,
be able to
Brad?
contribute. Do what?
I don't really watch anybody anymore.
Yeah, but who was the guy? He was always playing different games. I mean, he would do like a series on it. and-
Oh, Sips?
yeah, that guy. You guys
Yeah,
ever
he
heard of
was
him?
funny.
Nope.
Okay, well, it could be like that.
Yeah, I used to love some video game podcasts, and the one that I listened to for so many years, the Giant Bombcast, which is one of the internet's longest running podcasts. They
Mhm.
just just kind of, one of the main guys died, and then the other half of the crew moved to the other side of the US, so they kind of started their side podcast, and it just kind of fell apart.
Hmm.
And I love interesting, funny people talking about games, but it seems like it's kind of hard to find long form podcasts. Maybe I'm just not, as far as gaming goes, maybe I just haven't been out looking, but
Yeah.
I don't know, just something I've been thinking about. Brad,
Yo,
how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Like I feel like I don't have anything new going on, but I still manage to keep myself busy every day. I don't
Yeah.
know if that makes
I
any
get-
sense.
I get that. That's what I do.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
lot of working out, and then a lot
Yeah,
of
I've been reading more, and I need to do Christmas shopping. I got the next 2 days off. I got to go buy something for work, Secret Santa. Luckily, I can do all that at Target. And then I got to buy Christmas presents and start getting them shipped up to Ohio, because I imagine not everything I can buy or that I'm looking for is on
Yeah.
Amazon. So I need to start doing that. But yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm glad we don't do that bullshit at my work.
Oh, I gotta do
Yeah.
that at
Secret
work.
Santa.
Nobody likes each other at your work. That's why people are pretty cool at my work.
I just never.
it's
I don't-
voluntary. It's voluntary
Yeah,
at
you don't have
ours,
to do
and
it.
I'm not volunteering.
Yeah,
I don't do it. I don't do it there.
we're
I
doing
mean, the only time we did it was when we did it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess
That's
it's a little late to get that started for the podcast.
The game master's not here to start it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that has the kind of energy for that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of buying shit, I just got this in the mail today.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's great. I was
Yeah.
not expecting to see that.
I'm gonna,
Pop it off camera.
yeah, I'm gonna.
Looks like you're about to do like some shitty ventriloquist stuff.
I'm
Oh,
gonna do
great.
something special with this for our other channel. Yeah, so Patrick and Brian and I, we have No More Popcorn, and we watched this week. We watched Necromantic, which is a German movie from 1987 about necrophilia, about a guy that he can only get off by fucking dead people.
Oh man.
And his girlfriend the same way too.
Yeah, and his girlfriend was the same way, but then he lost his job cleaning up roadkill off the side of the road.
Yep.
And so she dumped him. So he's like alone, and he has this need to touch dead people.
Why did he lose his job? Was he fucking the animals?
He
They
just
were
wasn't
literally, they were like, "You're not fitting in, man. You're kind of weird. We don't like you. You're fired." So with that in mind, I did find this article from the LA Times. LAPD officer under investigation for allegedly fondling dead woman's breasts.
Oh.
Yeah. A veteran Los Angeles police officer is under investigation after his body-worn camera captured him allegedly fondling a dead woman's breast. The officer, who is assigned to Downtown Central Division, was placed on leave once supervisors reviewed the footage during a random inspection, LAPD officials said. The incident occurred when the officer and his partner responded to a call about a possible dead woman in a residential unit, sources said. Once the two officers determined the woman was dead, one officer returned to the patrol car to retrieve something. You think he's like, "Hey, can you go get my I need my special glasses. Can you know?"
So he could yell, "Yeah,
Yeah, go get my I need my dead people gloves.
Yeah.
I left them in the glove compartment. During that time, the accused officer turned off his body-worn camera and allegedly fondled the woman's breasts. Although the officer deactivated the camera, a 2-minute buffer.
Yep.
All you crooked cops out there now.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
Remember, 2-minute buffer. Don't forget that.
Oh,
You just
man.
couldn't wait to touch the dead body. You
If
just
you're-
couldn't wait 2 minutes.
If you're in the presence of a police officer and he reaches up and turns off his camera, you've got 2 minutes.
2 minutes to start yelling
It's
everything
like a
about it.
2-minute prior buffer is what it has.
Yeah.
So, like, when they turn it off, it's not turned off yet. It was recording before that. And it'll keep recording.
For another 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, what a
they're
You
all-
always get screwed by buffering.
Yeah.
Yeah. The department is also investigating the officer's work history. Dave, I'll pass this to you real quick.
We immediately launched an administrative investigation once we learned about the incident,
Chief spokesman Josh Rubenstein said.
and we assigned the officer to home.
Sign him to home. You've been signed up. That'd be great. You fuck up at work and they just send you home and still pay you.
Assign
You got to
to
just
home.
patrol around.
Like,
town.
I didn't even.
Just walk around with your gun on your hip and patrol.
Keep the
I mean,
perimeter safe, y'all.
It's like being a kid and getting sent to your room. You know,
Yeah.
you go to your room and think about what you did. You go home.
Yeah,
and
but they
think
still-
about what you've done.
They still get paid. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You fucking kill somebody, they send you home and you still get paid.
Hey, you got to go on vacation. Think about what you did, okay? Here's some money. Get out of here.
Go to the
I'll
I'll
Bahamas.
talk
and
to
think about what
anybody
you
with a
did.
camera or microphone.
Feel free to
Assistant-
take that cruise you've been planning for so long.
Assistant Chief Robert Arcos called the recording very disturbing. The Los Angeles Police Protective League, the union that represents rank and file cops, called the allegations troubling.
Troubling.
Yeah.
Troubling. you
Downright
say.
troubling.
Dave.
Oh, if this allegation is true, then the behavior exhibited by this officer is not only wrong, but extremely disturbing and does not align with the values we, as police officers, hold dear. And these values include respect and reverence for the deceased.
The board of directors said in a statement.
This behavior has no place in law enforcement.
Currently, when an LAPD officer turns his or her camera on, it automatically begins saving video and audio starting 2 minutes prior to the investigation. That's what Patrick
So
was
it's
saying.
running constantly. I see.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's always
it runs
going.
Yeah, because there was a cop that got in trouble for planting evidence in people's cars,
Mhm.
and that's how they caught him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like they
Now
don't
the
know
cat's out of
this?
the bag. They do now.
Yeah.
This guy does anyway.
I like
So
this
you're
cat.
not really turning it off?
Yeah. It's unclear for how long the officer fondled the dead woman or what triggered him to later activate the
Because
camera.
he was still doing it when the recording
Yeah,
stopped.
he was still rolled up on him doing it. Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Help me with this evidence.
Hey man, you got a Kleenex?
I can't turn this body cam back on for another 2 minutes. I can't tell
I don't
you
know
why.
how that semen got on there.
You spill something on the seat. Were you eating yogurt in my car?
Yeah, man, you know me. I'm always trying to keep it healthy.
It's like every partner this guy ever had now is like thinking back to times and they were like, yeah, he always had some excuse why he had to be alone.
He
With
always
every
sent me
dead
back to the
body.
car for cones.
He always
Yeah.
had yogurt in his car. You think
Yeah.
a guy would be a little bit cleaner than that?
But I never saw the container, just the yogurt.
Yeah.
That's why he sent me back for the lube. Yeah, what the fuck, man? How fucking desperate do you have to? I mean, go to a fucking titty bar, man. Go to the Claremont
Titty
Lounge.
club, $20.
Yeah,
That's
it
it.
can't be. It ain't that. It ain't.
He's got
It ain't
drilled
desperate.
in his mind. Yeah,
It's a fucking flip switch in his brain, man.
he's been doing this for years. and
Yeah.
years.
It's like necromantic when that couple fucks that corpse, that
Man.
squishy corpse.
Oof,
Is this a necromantic too?
there is.
Actually a necromantic too.
Dead
It's
Dan
on the. It's in the
Boogaloo?
mail.
Yeah. Dead man's boogaloo.
I have the tracking number.
Steve-O, I sent you a little article. Really, the video. I want us all to watch this video,
Okay.
and
We can do
Just-
that.
just think about current year. That's what it is. We're current year
This better be good, Nathan.
United States. Oh, it's pretty good.
This is Tori. She fell in love with Travis and Ethan
Oh,
And
I've
Mark.
seen this.
I have
I've
no
seen
volume
this.
control.
and Chris. Their four-way relationship is working wonders for them.
The relationship could best be described by having Tori as the hub and all of us are spokes on a giant wheel.
the?
But not
Oh
everyone
my
understands
goodness.
the dynamic.
I was like, oh, you're kidding, that you're joking.
How will this poly relationship cope
She's wearing a
with
NASA
a
shirt.
further
wasn't she?
addition to the family?
Yeah.
And so, who's the father of the baby?
Oh, she's getting a lot of rockets, all right.
No,
Love
that
don't
was her
judge.
friend.
Love don't judge.
This is
Yeah,
mine
don't
and Travis's
judge.
room. This is the master bedroom.
Maybe it should.
Jacksonville.
This is the room that has the bigger bed that people will swap in and out of every night, just so that everyone can
She's
get
a real
equal turns,
catch,
sharing the
fellas.
bed. While this is like mine and Travis's room, we keep all of our stuff in here. People are rotating in and out. The first
rotating.
relationship I've been in was
would not sure
with
what
Travis
color that
and
was.
Ethan. Travis was the one who had brought up the idea to me.
Look at this
We
guy's face.
met back in elementary school. We've been dating for about 2.5, almost 3 years. I've known Ethan since junior high, and we made things official recently, but we've basically
I'm all
been dating for
reaching
about 2 years
across
now.
each other to
The
hold
term
her.
poly,
man.
meaning multiple, often refers to a three-person relationship. But for these guys, it's Tori and her 4 separate lovers.
Back of
And the next one would
D&D,
be
man.
Mark. We met in
Man,
high
never
school.
cleaned his glasses ever.
And then Chris is the newest addition. We've been dating since April.
The relationship could best be described by having Tori as the hub and all of us are spokes on the giant wheel.
Yeah, you
Four
said that.
cucks.
I was just gonna say there should be a sitcom called The Cuckolds.
Are you all quite
Brothers cuckolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to try not to be.
So is there any one person that tends to win when you play games?
Definitely Chris.
Listen.
Hey,
It's not my
pause.
fault.
Oh shit!
It is
we're
your fault.
understand.
Also, I rarely play this game to win. I generally just like so
Kind of
intense.
sad and
While this
disturbed.
poly quintet are happy
Yeah.
to play
Hey,
games
pause
with one
this,
another,
Steve-O.
that's as
They
far
always
as
have
play
people
goes
for their
boys.
D&D campaign.
Yeah.
I don't, maybe we'll go on with this, but
Do we need to?
I wanted to, I wanted
Right.
to describe for the listeners, kind of what we're seeing a little bit.
What we're experiencing over here.
Where do you start?
This woman looks like a friend my sister had a long time ago. When we were growing, like when we were in high school, who my dad once said, "Look at that quote. Look at that buffalo."
Oh man.
Buffalo soldier in the arms of America.
And then, I mean, look. These four guys are obviously
They play. Imagine like a D&D or a WoW player, like the stereotype of it.
very
That's what
much
you have.
the
Yeah.
stereotype.
That's
of the-
accurate.
And they've all given up on finding their own person to be with. and
They
said,
probably
"Hey."
were unsuccessful before.
Yeah. And now they're together.
They found Tori, I think was that her name, or is that one of the guys' names? I'm not sure.
I think Tori is her name. Yeah, Tori
It
is
is
the
her
hub,
name.
and they are the spokes.
Oh, okay.
They said it, not us.
Yeah, their words.
Yeah, their words. It's disturbing.
Their mental image injected.
Yeah, I mean these kind of relationships usually go the other way, right? It's usually it's like that one sect of Mormonism. It's
I still can't figure that out either.
I've
so.
seen it where it's like kind of split up, like evenly, too, in some documentaries and stuff as well. But this story, I don't know if Nathan's going to get into it. I wasn't going to spoil it.
Oh,
There's more to it.
Oh.
Oh.
Do we need to keep watching this video?
I don't know if it's in the video, but I know about this group here.
Why don't you just tell us about
Okay.
it?
So she is pregnant and did not know who the father was.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But I think just reading that on there, I think they narrowed down who the dad is.
I mean, they could just get a paternity test.
Yeah, they could do that too.
Yeah, because they went on vacation and only one of them went with her, so they were able to narrow it down.
Yeah.
And one of the things, like they call each other like brother, like big brother, and I don't know if that goes in rank of
penis size or
people.
who got there first.
Yes. I think she like lines them all up. Get
Your big
dicks out.
brother, middle brother, the redheaded stepchild that lives under the stairs.
I mean, how do the men refer to one another? You know, you could say that's my ex-wife, that's my wife, that's my sister's boyfriend.
That's my wife's other husband.
And they're not even married, so still.
Well, the one's the baby's daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah, they can say that's my baby's daddy.
Well, yeah, but
Well, the group determined one of the boyfriends, Chris, is the father based on the fact that the baby was conceived while he was away on vacation with Tori. But as far as I guess socially goes, we're all raising the baby together, so everyone's dad. We're all
takes a
very,
village.
very excited to be raising a baby together. I bet they all looked very
I
excited.
wonder if the actual dad really feels that way, though.
I think he's okay with it because he doesn't have to spend all the time with the kid.
Or the
He
money.
got all the other kids.
See, now,
Oh, wait a minute.
dads.
Oh wait a minute. So okay, the woman's name is Tori. She calls the guys her brother.
Ugh.
Tori's older brother, Alistair, was suspicious at first, saying, "I will admit that since I'm her older brother, that I just have that tendency. I'm supposed to be protected." Oh, maybe it actually is her brother, and he wasn't. Okay.
Oh,
I was thinking that was one of her.
Wow.
That would have been so much better.
Oh no.
They didn't really specify. Yeah, they were talking to her brother here, and he was feeling protective.
See, I'd
Yeah.
like to watch the like the all day in the house stream of this family, just because
This is the one.
I can't believe that there aren't any like arguments, like some chest puffing, perhaps maybe some testing of dominance. Who
because
the
there's no
alpha
way.
is.
Them LARPing in the back.
They do it with
backyard.
they do it with Mario Kart, like settle disputes.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers.
Right, yeah.
Winner gets their dick sucked. Is that how this works?
Tom won tonight, guys, so it's me and him now.
Loser has to fondle the balls.
They do say in the video, apparently none of the guys are into they're not into
sword
crossing swords.
No touching wieners.
They're into LARPing,
No
but
crossing swords.
They're into LARPing, but they're not into sword fighting.
At least they have some honor.
Yeah.
I don't really get this whole, like, you guys heard of Aubrey Marcus?
Yeah.
He's a buddy of Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
He's a buddy of Joe Rogan's. He's
Yeah,
one of the founders of On It. Like,
I've given him a lot of money in the
he's
past.
super loaded at this point.
Yeah.
But he's into this whole like open relationship.
Honestly, he does not
polyamory.
sound like he is because he gets so depressed when he talks about it.
Right.
Really?
He's still in it. Yeah.
He talks about it and he's like, it really just tests your love when you know that this woman I love so much is just fucking another dude right now.
And he's not really out getting other girls and doing the same thing either.
He's got On It money,
No,
man.
from like how he's talked about stuff.
Like he's not allowed, or he.
No, he's tried and he just. It sounds like he won't go through with it. So
he cares more about her, and she's a slut.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets very sad. So that's why I stopped listening to his podcast, because he'll bring it up and then it just gets very sad.
It's a really cool thing,
Yeah, and he's trying to make it sound good, but you can hear the sadness in it.
I know what real love is like. I know what real love. When you can love a woman when she's still fucking 3 other dudes. That's real love.
That's how I show my love.
Yeah. I'm gonna go do some more drugs.
You got it's that doormat love.
Yeah. What, Dave?
It's that doormat love.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate?
They treat you like a doormat. They walk all over you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, like these guys. I mean, I'm just making a judgment call based off of watching 3 minutes of an 8-minute video, and I'm guessing that they don't have much hope outside of this arrangement that they have.
Right.
Or at
yeah,
least
those
that they've
guys
lost hope. Or, so
they're just sad and desperate.
They're taking what they can get, and that's what they can get. And I'm not saying that they're not satisfied, but because when if you're that kind of dude, then maybe you've had such a hard time with finding love that's what you're willing and able to settle for. Like it's maybe they're totally cool with it. It's hard to imagine that there's no jealousy there. So I have to assume that there's probably some squabbles.
There's got to be.
There's
no way.
Yeah.
It's a settling commune.
Yeah. As long as you get equal dibs, as long as everybody gets their turn, but
they have a calendar.
Okay, all right, good. Yeah, they have.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a calendar.
I
And
don't.
rent split 5 ways, man.
I
Oh
would.
man,
I would. Yeah, that's what.
so
it is,
much
yeah.
money.
And then once every week and a half, you'll get some of that
Sugar
Something.
balls.
To get
sweet,
Sweet Tory.
Tory,
Sugar
Tory
ball.
pussy.
Yeah.
Just-
Hey, well,
I
she's
would
pregnant
love
now,
to-
and you can't knock her up
yeah.
when she's pregnant. So you
That's
know you
true.
ain't even got to pull out.
Meanwhile, she has 3 other dudes trying to make that same argument to her at the same time. Like, look, hey, you can't get pregnant. Yep, that's right. I read it somewhere. Yeah, I read that too. Well, I mean, there you go.
I want to talk to every lonely guy out there, every guy that thinks he's a nerd and a loser or whatever. Man, you can improve yourself and make yourself better. Do
Yeah.
not go out there and start blaming women.
Yeah.
Don't go fucking MGTOW. You
Yeah.
guys know
Yeah,
what
don't do
MGTOW like?
What is
No.
that?
MGTOW
Viva's
stands for
MGTOW.
men going their own way. It's a movement centered around the internet. It's got its own like creed and shit. It's basically they have different levels of how much you're going to avoid women, basically.
Oh, man.
And it and it's not all their fault because we've kind of society today, the way feminism and the way secularism has gone, it's kind of destroyed traditional family values and it's kind of destroyed the family unit to a certain degree. And so we've got, this goes down a deep rabbit hole, but we have and I think it was Tinder released numbers on this. And what they showed was that 80% of the women were vying for 20% of the men. So basically, since monogamy is like no longer, there used to be like forced shame. There used to be shame in society if you slept around, right?
Right.
Slut shaming,
Especially for women. There was a thing that said, and then if you had sex with a girl and got her pregnant, shotgun wedding, you're
right.
gonna,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But now, since that's broken up and there's no shame involved there, and since women are generally the deciders when it comes to that, basically what you have is a wide swath of women choosing the smallest section of men, the best looking men, because men, their standards are much lower than the like. Throw anything most guys' way, they're like, catch me on this day, then okay, fine.
Right.
Catch me with 5 beers than me, fine. So what's happened is you have more women vying for fewer men, so you have this broad section of guys who now can't get any. And that's how you have movements like MGTOW and the so-called incels, as if it's a movement, involuntary celibates, these guys.
Right, yeah.
So
Wow.
it is a real problem. And like I'd say, my speech to these guys would be, start improving yourself. Fucking take a bath, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Use
Start
deodorant.
eating right. Start
Use the
fucking
gym.
lifting
Eating
things.
right. Go to the gym. Fucking
Man.
don't slouch. Stick your chest out when you walk with confidence. There's so many things they can do, but they end up just blaming everybody else, and either just being alone or a very select few end up with Tory.
It seems to
only
be
the
an
best.
arrangement that's working.
It's not the girl's fault, man. Becca showed me her she just went through her Tinder.
What?
She was showing me people that were just on the Knoxville Tinder, and I was like, "Oh my god, these guys! What are you doing?" Like they've never lifted a weight. They've only lifted the game controller, and like the worst profiles. Like I don't blame the girls.
Yeah, ugly guys can get chicks. Chicks are, I think, more interested in the confidence and ability to maybe actually succeed at something than they are with your looks. Looks help. Looks will help you get a foot in the door off the bat, but if you display confidence and intelligence and ability,
you got to be funny.
Yeah,
you'd be funny or something. Yeah.
So keep trying, guys.
Yeah, you actually have to be trying. Yeah. You can't just be angrily on the internet like fuck these bitches. They just want these muscled up dudes.
Yeah.
They're all assholes. I'm not an asshole. All the girls just only like assholes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you guys know what it's like being in the top 20.
Oh!
If only I was funny and charming, then I'd be
If
somewhere.
only. It's just the mustache just doing everything for you, man. It's just
I don't know. I was
carrying
thinking
you
about getting rid.
through.
I thought about getting rid of the mustache come New Year's.
Oh yeah.
Thinking about it. I want to see. Well,
Just see what happens.
Well, yeah, just see. I mean, I know I can grow it, and I have the best mustache at work already. So
What if that will be the last time you ever had that mustache, though, Brad?
It will be the last. You are correct. It
What
will
if
be the last time.
What
I
if your
have a
face goes bald?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't think it will.
Okay.
I don't think it works that way.
That's a good point.
It might come back gray next time, but it might look cool too.
See, I'm growing
Think about
mine
that.
out really big for a upcoming character I'm gonna do for it's top secret project, but
All right.
Top secret.
top secret. Steve-O, you had some news, some things you want to talk about, man.
Yeah, I was gonna I'm gonna relate this to Starlink. I haven't talked about Starlink in a few weeks, I guess. So Sunday night, well, I'll start with Saturday morning. We had a booster come back. There was a launch last week, and they launched some cargo up to the space station. Booster landed out on the drone ship out in the ocean, and a couple days later, Saturday morning, the booster was returning to the port. And as is tradition, we go out and a bunch of people, a bunch of the local photographers and stuff, all went out and were taking pictures of it coming back. Of course, Saturday and Sunday I had to work, but it came in early enough. I was able to see it come in, but then I had to skate off to work. And I assumed that I would probably miss most of the recovery operations, as we call them, which is where they lift it up off the drone ship and they put it on some stands over on the ground, and then they either fold up the legs or take them off. And that's kind of been a big thing lately. Are they going to fold them up because that's going to speed up turn around and they'll be able to use it sooner? They didn't do any of that by Sunday evening. So I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I've got Monday and Tuesday off. So I'm going to get to bed, by midnight or so, and be able to get to the port early and just watch and photograph and all that kind of stuff. So at 8:30, 9 o'clock, I had texted Todd and I was like, hey man, you want to get some Rocket League in? Because we hadn't played in a while. And, he said, yeah, and, he should be off soon or whatever. And while I'm waiting for him to tell me that he's off, there's some fucking breaking news shit going down. And so we have our drone ship here at the port that all the boosters land on. It's called, Of Course I Still Love You. But on the West Coast, up until recently, they'd had a drone ship out there, and it's called Just Read the Instructions. But they have not really been launching much out of there. So I guess maybe a couple months ago, they took that drone ship, Just Read the Instructions, they took it down around Mexico and up through the Panama Canal, and everybody was watching. I guess this was back in August then. Everybody's watching. Where's it going? Is it going to the Cape, or is it going over to Texas where they're building a Starship? And it ended up going to Louisiana, and that's where it's been for the past couple of months. And there was a guy that lived out there, Daryl Strauss or Stoss or something, but he was kind of a local, and he'd been keeping tabs on it, but he didn't live all that close, so sometimes he'd go several days without going over and taking a picture. All right, so cut to Sunday night. Sunday night, he put out a tweet where he'd taken a picture of where this drone ship had been parked, and he said, just read the instructions, it's gone. And, of course, all the people around here, they're paying attention to that stuff, all the SpaceX fans all around the world. They're like, oh, where's just read the instructions, where'd they go? And nobody knew when it left or anything like that. And so there's a couple of people. There's Julie that keeps track of this stuff, and then there's also the guy behind the account, SpaceX Fleet, who follows all the different movements of all the different SpaceX vessels. And they're trying to figure it out, where's it going? And the way they track the drone ship, because a drone ship is essentially a barge, and barges don't have these tracking systems on them. So you have to find the tugboat that's pulling it. And it could be any tugboat, but they start looking at different tugs that had a history of pulling it around. And finally, Julia found this tug named Alice C that had tugged it before. And it was...
Yeah, she did.
and it was already on the east coast of Florida with a destination set for Cape Canaveral. So we're all like, okay, that's got to be it. And, we're hoping, and nobody can verify because it's too far offshore and it's the middle of the night and everything. But it says that its ETA is 4:00 in the morning. So I had to send a sad text to Todd, like, man, we got some breaking news kind of shit going down right now, and I got to go to bed now. And so, I imagine he was probably upset, He's like, this fucking Steve-O never plays with me no more, and now I'm fucking getting the back seat to some fucking barge.
Some fucking barge. He's choosing the barge over his buddy.
Yeah.
Steve-O, Dave, Nathan Patrick comes over every once in a while.
Yeah. So yeah, I get up really early, and I'm at the port by like 6 or like 5, because I think the sun came up at 7, so I was there at like 6. And there's other things to watch because the booster was still in the middle of being recovered, maybe folding legs up or whatever. But everybody, it's all eyes on this drone ship. To make a long story short, somebody finally got a picture of it offshore, so we know that's it. And then I get up on the exploration tower, which is this big tower in the port where it's got lots of exhibits on each floor or whatever. So I'm on top with a couple other people around, and we're all watching and hoping that it's going to come in. And it didn't come in on Monday, but it did finally come in on Tuesday. And just let's see for the viewers, I've got. I'll show you guys. Fuck it. I've got this time lapse of it coming in, and I'll tie this back into Starlink here in a second. So this is it coming in. Looks a lot like the other one. If you've ever seen pictures of Course I Still Love You.
It's much taller than the other one.
It sits higher. It's the same dimensions, but it's sitting higher, and not sure why. Possibly because it has these massive thrusters, which we're not sure if they've been installed yet. I'll show you a picture of that in a second. But yeah, it looks a little different. It's actually older. This was the first drone ship that they ever had. It was originally based out of Port Canaveral, but then they ended up moving it over to the West Coast. But the reason this ties into Starlink is because this gives us 2 drone ships for them to land the Falcon 9 on, because they're planning on doing a launch every 2 weeks just for Starlink. And that's not even counting, the satellites, the other satellites, and then there's NASA payloads, and they're launching astronauts and everything next year. So you're looking at like possibly having like 40 launches next year. Just SpaceX. And so they need these 2 drone ships to be able to keep up with all that, because most of the launches end up being drone ship landings, and they want to be able to get all their boosters back, of course. And so here's some still shots of it. I like that. Of course, I Still Love You doesn't have this, but I like that it has the shark's mouth on it.
Yeah.
Right. And look at these big ass thrusters. Okay, if you can. So this is the same focal length. So you see how tall these people are, right? There's unfortunately no one standing there, but if that's the bottom, the people are about this tall, and these thrusters are fucking massive. And our assumption is they're going to go up underneath. And the part we're not sure about, which might be why it's sitting up so high in the water, is it might already have its thrusters on there, and these thrusters could be for the other drone ship.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. So it might be that it was just transporting it, and they've got all these containers on here, and people are speculating that these have to do with power for the thrusters, but I don't think anybody really knows. Another nice little touch is the shamrock right here on there. I think the most exciting thing about it is that this shows is pretty good evidence that they really are going to start ramping up launches, and they're going to get these Starlink satellites put up there pretty quick. And maybe as long as everything goes good, now let's hope that nobody blows up. If they blow a rocket up, they're grounded for. The last time a rocket blew up, they were grounded for like 4 months while they figured out what it was, and the one before that, they were grounded for 6 months before they got back to flying.
Starlink is for the internet, right?
Right. Yeah, that's the internet constellation that is it's low Earth orbit, which differentiates it from existing satellites that provide internet, because those are in geostationary orbit, which is like, I want to say it's like 25,000 miles away from the surface of the Earth.
Higher.
And these are going to be in like more like the 200-300 mile range. Some of them I think are going to be like 500 miles up, but that allows them to eliminate all of the latency that comes with typical satellite internet. Like, satellite internet sucks. You know,
it does.
You pay like $100 a month to get 1 megabyte down or something, but they're going to be able to offer speeds comparable to what you get from Spectrum or Comcast or anything. And their latency, they've said, and I can't remember the exact number, but it's as good as, if not better than, the cable internet that you already have.
So, like, better than fiber?
It can be, because fiber has to go through all these different channels. You know, it has to go through these relay stations and everything to get where it's going. So the Starlink satellites can be directly above your house, feeding internet directly into the receiver that's on your roof, rather than it having to go through all these different channels. So it can be better. And in fact, a video I watched, I want to say it was Scott Manley, but it might not have been. It might have been, could have been Curious Droid. But they were explaining how it's going to work and why it might possibly be faster than fiber, and why the stock markets of the world are going to be very interested in it, because it's going to offer just a little bit better speed. And that's apparently a really important thing to stock markets, is having slightly faster latency is a big thing for them.
Oh, I'm getting this shit. I'm getting it as soon as it's available. I'm looking at Steve-O's pixelated face right now, and I'm thinking,
man, that boy's got a lot of pixels on his face.
It looks like his Anunnaki shield is deactivating, and I'm seeing the reptilian.
It was funny. I think Nathan looks the best right now.
He does, actually.
Yeah, oddly enough, he's got the best internet.
I always look the best.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was an exciting couple of days. It was kind of funny, man. Like, we're up there all day on top of Exploration Tower, me and Julia and this other dude Jared, and we're all speculating and postulating, and luckily Jared brought this little like
stuff, didn't he?
walkie-talkie like radio, so we could listen into the marine traffic or the marine radio, and just try. Of course they didn't talk much, but man, and the guy that the captain of Alice C, the tugboat that was pulling it, he was definitely from Louisiana. Dude.
No, a shrimp boat captain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was big. Yeah. It was big times up there at the port, man. Like, I wish I could be everywhere, because I would also like to have been just at Fish Lips or Rusty's or something and see everyone not give a shit about this barge that's coming in, and we're all freaking out.
Yeah, who would? I mean, unless you're, keyed into what it.
Yeah,
it's just a boat coming in to anybody else.
But it's a sign that we are going to have so many launches.
Fast internet from the sky.
Gonna be popping rockets, baby.
And actually, SpaceX hasn't even announced the exact date of the next Starlink launch, only that it's supposed to be late December. And they've already opened up media accreditation for the next Starlink after that. So they're already getting it going.
This means when I come down to see you guys some point next year,
You will almost definitely see a launch.
And maybe I'll drag Patrick down there with me if
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
you know he's got more time on his hands now. He's not you're not
Yeah.
tied down.
Yeah.
You're right.
Nope.
Oh man.
Get down there, have some fun. Brad promised us another strip club visit once
Yeah, I
we're
would
down
like to
there.
see
I
this.
mean, yeah, it'll be spring break. It'll be in
Yeah.
the finances.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't sound
It's
thrilled,
boys'
but I'm
night.
like,
It's boys'
oh,
night. We can talk about
Boys'
this.
night.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about titties, y'all.
Talk about them titties.
Yeah, all right.
Let's all make gross sounds.
Yeah.
Fucking remember that? That was a thing. That fucking Budweiser commercial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
remember
what?
that? Yeah. God, everything's so stupid.
Yeah, bring the frogs back, man.
Yeah, bring the frogs back.
Do you remember when Budweiser got in trouble because one of their slogans they tried out was "because no's not in tonight's vocabulary" or something like that?
Should have kept that.
Yeah, it didn't go over very well.
We should adopt that for our podcast.
Oh man.
It's all verbal assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
It all works.
That's what love's all about. Hey, love, don't judge.
That's right.
I think that was intended to be a command, not a description. It was supposed to be like, love, don't judge. You
a
know?
command
Yeah.
to love.
Like
concept of
love, love, don't judge. You know, not love, don't judge. Like love doesn't judge. I think it's love, don't judge.
See, that to me nowadays that goes right along with age doesn't matter, and I just feel like that's one step away from pedophiles going.
It's just a number, man.
Love, don't judge.
It's gonna be the next "Baby It's Cold Outside." That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, that strike a nerve. I saw that look on your face.
What? Talking to me?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
You were
like rolling your eyes about "Baby It's Cold
Outside.
Outside."
To articulate what you said. You was
I was trying to. I was thinking about all of this in general. No nerves struck with me. No nerves struck with me. Oh shit, we don't have a poem. We don't have poetry tonight.
Yeah, I remember that halfway through, and I was like, "Well, shit."
Brad, were you writing a poem?
Yeah, were you writing it down?
No.
You don't have a song or anything?
I thought about trying to write a limerick, but then I was like, I don't remember all the good stuff.
How about to end the show? You just you sing that song you were going to sing.
Oh, okay.
But first, thank you everyone for a great podcast. For all those missing Becca, hopefully she'll be back next week. We definitely need her here on the show. She provides a certain. We are the spokes. She's the.
She'll love that description.
She will, yeah. She'll love it. That just feeds into. Tell Becca she's a good manager, or tell her she's great on the podcast, and that's
all she.
Don't tell her both.
You need to win win Becca's heart. That's. Thank you to Haywood Banks. Our theme song always. We still have that theme song somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, follow us on Twitter, where we should have posted much earlier that we were switching over to YouTube, but we said it on last week's episode.
Should have listened.
Yeah, you should have listened.
You should have listened.
You gotta listen to every episode.
Why weren't you listening?
So well, first of all, the Twitter is _verbal assault_, but yeah, so we're on YouTube now. So if you're listening to the audio and you're like, I would totally watch live, but I don't have Mixer and I don't want to create an account just for one podcast. Well, we're back on YouTube, baby.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck Mixer.
Yeah. Whoa.
Mixer can suck my polyamorous dick.
Oh my.
Except for the few people that would jump into chat every once in a while.
Yeah. Those dudes were cool.
Those people are on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Some of the good ones.
Dragon and you other one.
Pivotal Aphid.
Wolf, Pivotal.
Yeah.
Jerry. Well, Jerry was it.
Jerry.
I think he got Mixer just for us, right?
Yeah, but I mentioned it to him last week, and he was like, "I don't get notifications anymore." I said, "I don't either." I know.
I didn't. I
I
never
said,
got
"We're
'em.
switching. We're switching to YouTube, man. We're switching it." So
So get on to YouTube and
Switching it up,
subscribe to
baby.
it.
subscribe, hit that bell, hit that like,
Yeah.
smash like,
like
slap like, slap it.
Slap it.
And then leave us a voicemail. Tell us how bad of a decision this was.
You could do that by calling 865-316-6955.
All right.
How do-
Hold on.
How do they support?
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, we're missing. Like and subscribe to us anywhere you get your podcast at, and support us on Patreon.com/verbal assault.
I
Did you
just
read that
didn't
off a
want to.
script?
I just didn't want to premature deuces because we're all going to take a mustache ride right now. Brad, take us out. Take us out.
All right. I'm not gonna do the whole song.
How
How
are you doing?
lucky could one guy be? Man, this fucking clip. Hold on. It's a horrible idea.
What kind of music you want for it? Do you want it to be like a slow?
I mean, you could just play the song.
Play what song?
Oh, it's going to be delayed. It's not going to work.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna
never mind.
let's see. I'll just do the first part. Here, somebody lead me in. because
Actually,
this is
well,
still-
you
this will
can't.
still work.
If oh, no, never mind. I was going to say if you could have the audio,
I
if you
gave
could
you
find
the
like the
best.
karaoke version on YouTube.
Yeah, I gave you the best intro ever.
I'll do it again.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
good.
I
I'm
didn't know
going to
this
take
was-
us for a mustache ride. It was
Liked it.
good.
How does it go? How lucky could one guy be?
Yeah.
I kissed her and she kissed me.
All
Like a
five of them.
fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head?
It is
The
polyamorous.
room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back.
All four of us
Second
hugged
The
her.
sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat?
Holding something else.
My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful.
Every night when it's that guy's night, it's Alistair's night, and he's like, "I'm ready. It's my turn. My turn with Tori," and he starts singing that song.
He just sings it like that. That was not very good. That was not. Never
was
stressed
perfect.
when
It
I
was
do
perfect.
karaoke, and then all of a
Perfect.
sudden I'm like, "How am I nervous on a podcast?" But doing this in front of real life people, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Hey, we
I
got
don't know.
more people that are going to listen to this than are in that karaoke bar.
Yeah, I guess so.
Deuces.